Thank you for listening to this episode of the Magenta Maven, where I had the opportunity to interview Kardi Redd Diamond from Canton, Ohio. Hope you enjoy. So I'm here with Kardi Redd Diamond. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being on the Magenta Maven. So I'm going to go ahead and start with, where did you grow up?
I actually grew up in like many different spots because my family moved around. I technically grew up as a child in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, not Atlanta, Georgia, but Georgia. It was a little town called Jackson, Georgia. And then I went from Jackson, Georgia to Gwinnett County, which was Peachtree.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure is the name of the city. And then from there, I came to Ohio. I was technically born in Canton, Ohio, up north. And then my mom moved to Georgia while I was a newborn. So the only thing that I knew was Georgia when I grew up to once I understood what was around me, I knew Georgia. And then we ended up moving back to Ohio. So Canton is technically where I'm from, where I was born.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from actually from Chattanooga. So I'm not too far from the Atlanta area, so I kind of know that area that you're talking about there.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So what kind of kid were you?
I wasn't a bad kid, but I obviously wasn't a perfect kid. I don't think there's a such thing as a perfect child, even though parents say it. Oh my God, you're so perfect. No. I was a goofy child. Obviously, I loved being the center of attention. Hello, I'm a showgirl now. So I loved being in the center of the room. The attention had to be on me. I was always singing. I was a happy kid for the most part.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I grew up with two sisters in my home, and but I have other siblings from my biological father, and I have siblings from my stepdad too. So altogether, I have 12.
Oh wow, so a big family. So what did you want to be when you were a child?
I've always wanted to be an entertainer. I've always wanted to be on stage. I wanted to sing. I wanted to dance. I wanted to act. I wanted to do anything that had to do with being on TV, being in front of a bunch of people. That's just what I wanted as a kid. That's as simple as I can put it. I wanted to be a star.
Were your parents, were they strict on you when you were a child?
I wouldn't say strict, but my mom definitely sheltered us as kids. She definitely was protective and I don't want to use the same word, sheltering, but you get what I mean. She hovered.
Yes. And when you come out, how did your family take it?
My mom didn't take it well. My stepdad took it surprisingly well. He was fine with it. It was still an adaptation for them. Obviously, it was something that they had to, adapt to. But my mom, I actually watched my mom shed tears. She cried in my face about it. She didn't know what to say. She didn't know how to respond. She really didn't know how to have the conversation with me just yet, especially because I was 13 years old when I came out.
Oh, so fairly young. Is it in high school for you coming out there?
It was tough. It was a tough time. I'm never gonna lie about that. It was a tough time, especially coming out. I definitely dealt with the bullying and stuff like that. And I kind of dealt with it for a while. But once I got to high school, that was more middle school. Once I got to high school, I don't want to use this word, but I definitely started defending myself, but it was definitely in the wrong manner. I definitely got really protective, really defensive of myself because of the bullying and being chased home and getting jumped and beat up and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, I understand.
So it was not a cakewalk. I still loved high school. I still had high school friends. I was a cheerleader. I was in sports. I was doing that kind of stuff, but it still was hard.
What was the first time that you did drag?
The very, very first time that I ever put on a wig and went out as a drag queen, I was 18 years old, fresh 18, and my drag mom put me in drag and I went out. That was when I was 18. But when I officially, and that was the last time I did it, because I said I would never do drag. That was the last time I did it. I said it was too much. I'm not doing it. And at the time I was a go-go boy, a shop boy, a stripper. And I was also working on being a nail entertainer. So I was going the total opposite direction. First actually did it and it became a career for me. It was at my friend's house and Kardi came alive. She was just like, I want to put you in makeup. We're going to go out. And Kardi was born in her bedroom.
How did you come up with the name Kardi Redd Diamond?
The name Kardi Redd Diamond definitely has a specific meaning. Cardi is actually, obviously, everybody loves her, knows her. She's a rap god.
Oh, yeah.
Cardi B, before she became mainstream and before people knew her as a musician, I fell in love with her because she was a social media celebrity. She was doing, comedy on Instagram. So I fell in love with that. And she was also telling her story. And I love her story. I love her hustle. I love how she grinds to get what she wants. She doesn't sell out. She is who she is. She was the same way before she got on TV. And when she got on TV, she still was that same person. And I respected that about her too. A lot of people get on TV and get a platform and they completely change who they are and things like that. And Cardi did not do that. And when I seen that, it changed something for me, and I wanted to dedicate my name to it. So I dropped the C and made it a K. And Red comes from like all of that pain and all of that stuff that I went through, the bullying, coming out, the family issues I went through, the blood, the sweat, and the tears that I put into Cardi and into my craft. That's what Red represents. That's what my middle name represents. And Diamond is the house. I'm from the legendary House of Diamond.
Who is your drag mom?
My drag mom is Kiana Diamond.
Oh, okay.
And her drag mother is Indigo Diamond. Very legendary in the area, very well known in my area. My drag mom is known for doing Whitney. She's the Whitney impersonator of Ohio.
And do you have any drag children of your own?
Yes.
I
have 6.
Oh, wow. So you gotta, and probably getting bigger, right?
No, my kids are not letting me have any more. They're not having it.
They're trying to hog all the attention.
Yeah. I love my babies though. So I actually have a drag mom in Florida too.
Oh, wow. Who is that?
Maya Iman LePage.
Okay. I'll have to look
from
her.
South Beach.
So when you first did drag, what song did you do? What did you wear?
The first song that I performed in drag that sticks out to me in the beginning of everything. I don't know if it's necessarily the very, very first time, and I know that's very important. Please, everybody, don't cancel me. But I know that is an important thing, but I did a lot. It was a song by Seven Streeter, and one of my drag sisters here in Ohio, lend me a costume, helped me get my wig on. She helped me with my makeup a little bit. It was my first ever performance. It was at Adams Street in Akron, Ohio. It's now closed. That place is now closed. And it was a fun time while I was doing it. But going back and looking at it, I cringed. It was a good moment though. Yeah, but I cringed because girl.
Have you did any pageants?
Yeah.
Do you hold any current titles, or what pageants have you entered?
My current title right now is Miss Oracle 2019, and I was supposed to actually step down as Miss Oracle in April, but I have pageant titles as males. I'm a former Mr. Akron All-Star 2016, and I am also a former Mr. Akron Stripper of the Year.
Oh, wow. So what is your favorite pageant that you've been in so far?
My favorite pageant was the one I lost. Yeah. But it was my favorite. It was my first time competing at the state level.
Mm-hmm.
And I had fun. And that pageant was Miss Ohio All-Star and Miss Akron All-Star. I did the prelim. I placed for the prelim. I won talent for the prelim. And I won talent for state, but I did not win. And I didn't place at state.
Are there any particular clubs where you regularly perform?
Well, right now, no. But I had a few residencies in drag. My first residency was Bounce Nightclub in Cleveland, Ohio. Rest in peace, it is closed. Then I was actually a resident queen at the Palace Bar on Ocean Drive in Florida for almost a year. I worked there regularly. And the Oracle Venue and Bar in Canton, Ohio, where I was born, I'm the show hostess and show director there. So I book the shows there. And I'm a producer myself. I produce my own shows any and everywhere.
I know I've seen Beat Management. How did you get in with that?
Me and my husband and George, who was my manager at Bounce before it closed. He knows me as an entertainer inside and out. And then he introduced us to his friend Matt, who did work for Axis nightclub in Columbus and has done other work for other clubs and venues, a lot of digital art. You know, he has a book out, the drag book. He came out with a drag book. It's so many things. He's so talented, so talented. Well, we got together and we wanted to come up with a management agency and talent agency that was different from everybody else's and really take care of our girls and our entertainers. But it all happened in George's living room. We all did it together at once, all four of us. We made it official. It was a good time. That was a life-changing experience for me. I wouldn't change it for the world. Now it's now lifted off its feet. It is a functioning business. We are doing well. We have an amazing roster so far. It's good. It's going good. It's on a up and ups.
Yeah, I did see some of your advertisement that you had on there, and you had quite a few queens actually sign up for the Beat Queen.
Oh, the Queen Beat digital showcase.
Yes.
Yeah, we handpicked those. We handpicked the girls ourselves, and reached out to them and put it together. It was initially my idea. I felt like as Beat, we needed to do something at this time for all of the entertainers who are all suffering from this. We're all suffering from this thing that's going on. This COVID-19 situation is tearing everybody apart. And I want to still keep drag alive. And I've noticed that a lot of people are kind of letting it die because they feel like all is lost. But it's not. We're making it do what it do. We're making it work. And everybody had fun. Did you actually get to watch the show?
I haven't got to see any. The only thing that I've seen was actually your I don't know if you did that performance that was on, not a commercial, but it was you dancing. There was like a fountain in front of a building. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. That was it. That was that was the recorded performance for the showcase.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it was very good. So I couldn't remember
Thank you so much.
If that was part of it or if that was like a promotional thing or not. But it was very good. I tried to, something happened that I couldn't sign into there because I really wanted to. I knew there was Alaska was on there. And of course, you were hosting. So I was going to see, before we did this interview, like, how you normally are. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there'll be another one.
Oh, yeah, there is another one and it's already active. It's already being prepared to be launched, to happen again May 31st. So everybody stay tuned. You stay tuned.
Yes,
because it's going to be good.
And I will advertise it on my webpage too as well. So
thank you so much.
I'll take it off your, I'll get it off of your, you can send me a thing and then I'll put it on there.
Yeah.
So that everybody down here can view it, and I have some people from Chattanooga too, so it'll get around a little bit. What is an interesting thing about you that we wouldn't learn from your friends?
That's a hard question because I'm a very open book with my friends and my family. I don't really do too much of like hiding anything. I have this philosophy of like, if you're an adult, then you should have no reason to lie about anything or hide anything. You're an adult, you're grown. You obviously had a reason for doing what you did, whether negative or positive or however you are. Own it, and own it. That's my thing. So, I mean, I can tell you something interesting about me, but my friends are probably going
to already
know it. Something interesting about me. I really, really, really enjoy seafood. Like I almost more than the average person.
Yeah.
Like I literally was talking to my husband the other day, and I was like, I just want to eat fish, seafood, and rice every day. Like it could be fish could be my diet every day. Like any fish. Well, not any fish. Let's take that back. But most seafood.
I like. It's funny because I don't like regular fish, but I will eat everything else like crab and shrimp and all that. But regular fish. I had a bad experience when I was little. So
love a fish right out of the oven, baked in butter and garlic, and just it's so good. I swear, when I'm eating it, you think I'm having an outer body experience for real.
What is one of your most favorite places that you visited or that you've done your show at?
Oh, that's so hard because it's a lot of them. I've been a lot of places. I'll name my top 3. Is that okay?
That'll work. Yes.
Okay, so my top 3 favorite places to perform: Palace Bar. That was one of my favorite places to ever perform. So sickening. Hydrate nightclub in Boys Town in Chicago. And then the Oracle, my own home bar where I work at. It's my favorite. I love working there. I love the environment. I love the people. I love my regulars that come every day. It's really a lot of love in there.
Is it a pretty good sized place?
It's more of a more intimate spot. Oracle is technically, it's an entertainment venue. Like it's a venue for like poets and rappers and bands. It's a small little band venue, like music venue.
And it's usually the best too, because you can get the way, like with the Hamburger Mary's here, you can ask questions and do things and find out stuff that you normally wouldn't. And you can actually stay the whole show, because sometimes you can go to places and you're like, you can't see nothing. You know they're there, but
yeah. Especially like nightclub scene, like big like circuit party clubs, like they have big huge. Yeah, it could be a little difficult,
and it's hard to enjoy.
But this one is very intimate, and the stage is up high too, so everybody in the room can see the show.
Oh wow! So
from whether you're in the back of the building or the front of the building, you can see that stage wherever you are.
So what best piece of advice that you've received?
The best piece of advice that I've ever received in my drag career, it was from one of my sisters at Palace, and they really helped me understand and gave me advice about how to handle business people in this industry and in the entertainment industry, period. There's a certain language in a certain way to speak to people in this business, because everybody is not your friend, number one. Everybody does not care about what you do aesthetically. There are people out there who don't do that. They're in it for their own selfish gain. So you really have to, my biggest lesson in this was to know that drag is not a cookie cutter world. It's not unicorns and rainbows and clouds. And you can't look at it that way. So that was one of the biggest pieces of advice that I have gotten, that I've taken, and it's really set in with me, and it really sits home with me, because I am an extremely nice person, and I give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt before knowing them, because I always say, until proven that you're a selfish, I don't want to cuss or anything.
Oh, it's a podcast, so you can do whatever you.
Well, if you're a shitty person,
right,
and you don't show me that in the beginning, I'm not necessarily looking for it, because I have been that type to just be nice and not, you know what I mean? And you can still be nice and still keep your distance from people. So I'm not saying like that's a thing,
right?
Like I'm mean or anything like that. I swear I am a sweetheart, but like I'm almost too sweet. I have my sisters tell me, sometimes you're just too nice, and you need to be careful of who you speak to and how you speak to them. So that was one of.
That's basically the way that I am. Years ago, I used to be a detention officer, and as a detention officer, I was the same way, even to inmates that were in the jail. Just as long as they respected me, I respected them. But I didn't treat them any differently.
Yeah.
And that's the way that I look at it too, towards everybody else.
Yeah.
So when it comes to drag, what do you spend the most money on, as far as like hair, costumes, music, makeup?
I think I spend the most money on shoes, and I'm so serious. It sounds weird, but I spend the most money on shoes because I do so much on stage. I can't tell you how many heels I've broke after buying a $60, $80 pair of fucking heels, and then they're done. Like I go through heels like nobody's business. I go through boots, dancing shoes like nobody's business. I spend the most money on that. But I think I spend a lot of money evenly, but the most I would have to say would be on my shoes.
That shows that you go all out when you come out on the stage.
Yeah.
When your shoes gets worn out like that. So
when the girls look at my shoes, they're like, "Girl, you're busting out your shoes." My answer is like, "Girl, that's how you know I'm a bucker, baby. That's how you know I'm doing it." Okay.
And I bet it's hard to do like high heels. I couldn't imagine having to wear them. So
I walked around the beginning of my career. I walked around and did everything in heels.
Oh, just to get used to them.
Yeah.
So, what is something that you don't mind waiting on?
I'm a very impatient person. I hate waiting. I hate waiting. I don't ask like you ask my friends. I hate waiting on Amazon. I hate waiting. I don't like ordering things offline because I want it when I want it. If I got the money, I want it now. Give it to me. I'm not waiting on it. Like I am the most impatient person. But if I had to choose something that I wanted to wait on or could wait on and that I need to be patient on, I swear I'm not trying to give the pageant girl answers. I promise. But fame. I would like to patiently wait for everything to blow up and set off and things like that. I want that to go as smooth as possible. And as much as I want to fucking be on TV tomorrow, I am willing to wait because good things come to those who wait. So I'm learning to be more patient as I go through life and grow up.
That is very true. And so you never know. This time next year or this time next month, you could be out there.
You never know.
So if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
If I had the world's attention for 30 seconds right now, what we're going through right now, I would tell the world, damn, I'm going to give my honest answer. I would tell the world to calm the fuck down, chill the fuck out. It's gonna get better. I would definitely tell them, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your careers, especially more towards our independent contractors, like our stylists, our nail techs, our barbers, our bartenders, things like that. I would tell them right now, like, just calm down. Find a way to do your craft, do your art from home. Keep yourself busy. Keep your mind right. Don't let the news and like the hype make you go insane. We've seen the reactions from these people in the world. Yeah. Some of them are not very good. It's very horrible to watch and very hard to watch.
I think just being stuck inside for most people is the hardest part because everybody's so used to go that now it has completely just like make them have to rest and actually, think about stuff that they normally don't get a chance to think about.
Yeah, that's true. And I want to say that too. I will add that to the 30 seconds. I would say really pay attention to your friends and talk to your family because everybody's mental health is at stake right now. And that's a true thing. I deal with anxiety and depression and PTSD in my own personal life, and being cooped up and being in these four walls, if I don't keep myself busy, if I don't keep myself going and keep my momentum going and my mind flowing healthy, I'm going to go insane. I'm going to make best friends with my wall. Y'all are going to be hearing me having conversations with my wall.
Understand them. So on my final question, I'm sure during your life you have experienced some highs and lows. So what lessons do you wish that you have known earlier in life?
I think the lesson that I wish I would have, I won't say I didn't know because I was being told by my parents all the time and they would always talk to me about it, is that it's literally just what I said before, is that the world is not a cookie cutter world. It is not just because you are nice, just because you are sweet, that does not mean that the world has to be sweet back. Nobody has to give a fuck.
True.
And I was always so very affected and so emotional by everything, that was done to me, or, people talking about me and things like that. I wish I would have known that, girl, just be you and don't be affected by other people around you. I would literally tell my younger self, just be you. Don't worry about everybody else. Make sure that you're smart. Keep your head on right. Keep the right people around you, because I had some pretty bad lows in my life, and I wish I would have thought about those things because maybe it would have been different. Not saying that what has happened to me can't be a positive thing, because I always turn a negative into a positive. Everything that I went through was for a reason. That's why I am who I am today. But I definitely wish I would have learned that lesson earlier in my life, that this world does not owe you shit and you don't owe them anything either. I feel like I would have it would have been a lot smoother growing up for me had I paid attention to that lesson when it was being told to me.
Well, thank you very, very much for letting me do this interview with you on here, and it is really nice to meet you. And for sure, how can the listeners, where can they follow you at?
Well, first, it was nice meeting you as well. I had a good time. I actually enjoyed the questions. This was fun. This was my first time doing this. I enjoyed it. For everybody listening and tuning in, if you would like to follow me or you want a little bit of more of some diamond dust, you can go find me on Instagram at the Kardi Redd Diamond. That is TheKardiReddDiamond. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Kardi Gorgeous. And you can follow me on Facebook at Malik Jackson, which is my actual name. And also make sure that you're checking out the Beat Management website page, and also check out my website as well, KardiReddDiamond.com. And if you want to check out anything Beat, go to www.beat.management and you will see everything. My merch, I have t-shirts, phone cases. She's not a rich bitch. Just phone cases, hats, t-shirts, tank tops, crop tops. It's all fun. So go look at that stuff too. And I look forward to maybe meeting you.
Yes.
One day, once all of this lights up, maybe we can do an interview in person or something.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you come down here to Florida or if we come up that way.
Absolutely. I would so be down to do it again. And for the people listening, I hope to be hearing from all of you soon as well.
I would like to thank my guests for joining me and letting me interview them. If you have any questions for future entertainers, please leave me a message at anchor.fm/TheMagentaMaven, MAVAN. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Magenta Maven. And thank you for listening. Until next time.